Chapter 5. Reyna. Dive bombing a volcano was not on Reyna's bucket list. Her first view of southern Italy was from 5,000 feet in the air. To the west, along the crescent of the Gulf of Naples, the lights of sleeping cities glittered in the pre-dawn gloom. 1,000 feet below her, a half-mile-wide caldera yawned at the top of the mountain, white steam pluming from its center. Reyna's disorientation took a moment to subside. Shadow travel left her groggy and nauseous, as if she'd been dragged from the cold waters of the frigidarium into the sauna at the Roman bathhouse. Then she realized she was suspended in midair. Gravity took hold and she began to fall. "Nico!" she yelled. "Pans pipes!" cursed Gleason Hedge. "Wah!" Nico flailed, almost slipping out of Reyna's grasp. She held tight and grabbed Coach Hedge by the shirt collar as he started to tumble away. If they got separated now, they were dead. They plummeted towards the volcano as their largest piece of luggage, a 40-foot-tall Athena Parthenos, trailed after them, leashed to a harness on Nico's back like a very ineffective parachute. "That's Vesuvius below us!" Reyna shouted over the wind. "Nico, teleport us there!" His eyes were wild and unfocused. His dark feathery hair whipped around his face like a raven shot out of the sky. I can't! No strength!" Coach Hedge bleated. "Newsflash, kid! Goats can't fly! Zap us out of here or we're gonna get flattened into an Athena Parthenos omelet!" Reyna tried to think. She could accept death if she had to. But if the Athena Parthenos was destroyed, their quest would fail. Reyna could not accept that. "Nico! Shadow travel!" she ordered. "I'll lend you my strength!" He stared at her blankly. "How? Do it!" She tightened her grip on his hand. The torch and sword symbol of Bellona on her arm grew painfully hot, as if it was being seared into her skin for the first time. Nico gasped. Color returned to his face. Just before they hit the volcano steam plume, they slipped into the shadows. The air turned frigid. The sound of wind was replaced by a cacophony of voices whispering in 1,000 languages. Reyna's insides felt like giant piranha. Cold syrup trickled over crushed ice, her favorite treat from when she was a child in Veo San Juan. She wondered why that memory would surface now, when she was on the verge of death. Then her vision cleared. Her feet rested on solid ground. The eastern sky had begun to lighten. For a moment Reyna thought she was back in New Rome. Doric columns lined an atrium the size of a baseball diamond. In front of her, a bronze faun stood in the middle of a sunken fountain decorated with mosaic tile. Crepe myrtles and rose bushes bloomed in a nearby garden. Palm trees and pines stretched skyward. Cobblestone paths led from the courtyard in several directions. Straight, level roads of good Roman construction, edging low stone houses with colored porches. Reyna turned. Behind her, the Athena Parthenos stood intact and upright, dominating the courtyard like a ridiculously oversized lawn ornament. The little bronze faun in the fountain had both arms raised, facing Athena, so he seemed to be cowering in fear over the new arrival. On the horizon, Mount Vesuvius loomed, a dark, humpbacked shape now several miles away. Thick pillars of steam curled from the crest. "We're in Pompeii," Reyna realized. "Oh, that's not good," Nico said, and immediately he collapsed. "Whoa!" Coach Hedge caught him before he hit the ground. The satyr propped him against Athena's feet and loosened the harness that attached Nico to the statue. Reyna's own knees buckled. She'd expected some backlash. It happened every time she shared her strength. But she hadn't anticipated so much raw anguish from Nico D'Angelo. She sat down heavily, just managing to stay conscious. Gods of Rome, if this was only a portion of Nico's pain, how could he bear it? She tried to steady her breathing while Coach Hedge rummaged through the camping supplies. Around Nico's boots, the stones cracked. Dark seams radiated outward like a shotgun blast of ink, as if Nico's body were trying to expel all the shadows that he traveled through.